Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the realm of the seemingly impossible. We're about to explore 10 mind-boggling feats that might just be within our reach if we dare to dream big and push the boundaries of science and technology. Now I know what you're thinking. Impossible? Neil, you're the science guy. You can't just defy the laws of physics, and you're right to some extent, but that's the beauty of it all. What seems impossible today might become tomorrow's reality with enough ingenuity, innovation, and a healthy dose of imagination. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we explore the tantalizing possibilities of human flight with balloons, ladders to the moon, conversations with animals, and even time travel itself. Let's get started.
You know, it's funny how something as simple as a helium balloon can capture our imagination. We've all been there, holding on to a balloon as kids, feeling that upward tug and wondering, could it lift me off the ground? Well, let's entertain that thought for a moment. Imagine for a second a massive cluster of these balloons, enough to generate significant upward lift. We're talking enough balloons to rival the size of a house, maybe even bigger. Now, I'm not talking about your average party balloons here. We'd need something far more durable, something that could withstand the stresses and strains of carrying a human passenger. Think about the material science involved. We'd need super strong yet lightweight materials for the balloons themselves, perhaps some kind of advanced polymer or even graphene. So, while we might not be booking our helium-powered flights just yet, it's a fun thought experiment that sparks the imagination.
They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But what about a journey of 238,900 miles? That's the average distance from Earth to the Moon. Now imagine if we could just build a ladder all the way up there. Okay, I know what you're thinking, Neil, that's utterly ridiculous. And you're right, with our current technology, it's a completely absurd idea. Where would we even find enough building materials? How could we possibly anchor something that long to the Earth and the Moon? And don't even get me started on the gravitational forces involved. But let's suspend our disbelief for a moment and indulge in this hypothetical scenario. Imagine we somehow develop super strong, lightweight materials, maybe even using carbon nanotubes or some futuristic alloy we haven't even dreamed up yet. These materials would have to be strong enough to withstand the immense weight of the ladder itself, as well as the stresses of Earth's gravity and the Moon's tidal forces. Of course, even if we could overcome all these engineering challenges, there's still the problem of the Moon's orbit.
Wouldn't it be amazing if we could finally understand what our furry, feathered, and scaly friends are trying to tell us? For centuries, humans have longed to communicate with animals, to decipher their barks, meows, chirps, and whistles. Now, with the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and even brain-computer interfaces, we might be getting closer to realizing this age-old dream. Imagine a device or a software program that could analyze animal vocalizations, body language, and even brain activity, translating their thoughts and emotions into something we can understand. Think about the possibilities. We could finally ask our pets what's on their minds, understand the complex social structures of insect colonies, or even have meaningful conversations with whales and dolphins. It would revolutionize our relationship with the animal kingdom, fostering empathy, understanding, and perhaps even collaboration.
Chapter 4, The Holy Grail of Physics. Building a perpetual motion machine? Now let's talk about something that sends shivers down the spines of physicists everywhere: perpetual motion. The idea of a machine that can operate indefinitely without any external energy source has captivated inventors and dreamers for centuries. But here's the thing. The laws of physics, as we currently understand them, say it's simply impossible. The first and second laws of thermodynamics are pretty clear on this one. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred or transformed. And every time energy is transferred or transformed, some of it is inevitably lost as heat, leading to an increase in entropy or disorder.
Chapter 5. Meditating our way to parallel universes. The human mind is a mysterious and powerful thing. For centuries, people have explored altered states of consciousness through meditation, seeking enlightenment, self-discovery, and perhaps even glimpses into other realms of existence. Now, I know this next one might seem like a bit of a stretch even for me. But stick with me here. What if, through deep meditative practices, we could tap into something beyond our everyday reality? What if we could access parallel universes or alternate dimensions, not through fancy technology, but through the power of our own minds?
Chapter 6. Fast forward freezing time with extreme speed. Time. It's the one constant in our lives, right? It marches on relentlessly, seconds ticking by, minutes turning into hours, days melting into years. But what if I told you that time is not as absolute as we think it is? What if we could actually manipulate its flow, slowing it down or even seemingly stopping it altogether? Now, before you accuse me of dabbling in science fiction, let's turn to the mind-bending world of Einstein's theory of relativity. One of its most intriguing predictions is time dilation, the idea that time can pass at different rates for observers who are moving relative to each other. The faster you travel, the slower time passes for you relative to someone who is stationary. It's a mind-boggling concept, but it's been experimentally verified countless times.
Chapter 7, Cities in the Clouds, Building a Floating Metropolis. Let's face it, we humans have a knack for pushing the limits of construction. We've built towering skyscrapers, underwater tunnels, and even cities that sprawl for miles. But what if our next architectural marvel defied gravity itself? Imagine a city floating gracefully in the sky, a testament to human ingenuity and our quest to conquer the heavens. Now, I'm not talking about some flimsy cloud city held aloft by hot air balloons. I'm envisioning a structure of immense scale and complexity, built with advanced materials that seem to mock the laws of physics. We're talking super lightweight yet incredibly strong materials, perhaps utilizing carbon nanotubes, graphene, or even aerogels, materials so light they're often called frozen smoke.
Teleportation, the holy grail of science fiction, instantly transporting people or objects from one location to another without having to travel through the pesky intervening space. It's a concept that has captured our imaginations for decades, but is it truly possible? Well, the universe is a strange and wonderful place, and it turns out there might be a way, at least in theory. And it all comes down to one of the weirdest and most counterintuitive phenomena in quantum mechanics: quantum entanglement. Now get ready for a little head-scratching physics. Quantum entanglement is a bizarre phenomenon where two particles become linked, even if they are separated by vast distances. They become, in essence, two parts of a single system, sharing the same fate, no matter how far apart they are. Here's where it gets really wild. Okay folks, buckle up because this next one is going to take us straight to the edge of our understanding of the universe and maybe even a little beyond. We're talking about time travel, specifically the mind-bending concept of time loops. Now, when it comes to time travel, the biggest hurdle is arguably the most massive objects in the universe, black holes. These cosmic monsters are so dense that not even light can escape their gravitational pull. But here's the thing. Black holes don't just warp space, they warp time as well. And according to Einstein's theory of general relativity, under extreme conditions, it might be possible to warp time so severely that it loops back on itself, creating what physicists call a closed time-like curve. Now imagine for a moment that you could somehow navigate your spaceship through a black hole's event horizon, the point of no return, and survive the journey.
Energy, the lifeblood of our modern world. We're constantly searching for new and sustainable ways to power our homes, our vehicles, and our lives. But what if the ultimate power source wasn't buried deep underground or harnessed from the sun or the wind? What if it was all around us, hidden in plain sight in the very fabric of space itself? I'm talking about the vacuum, the seemingly empty regions of space-time that, according to quantum mechanics, are anything but empty. You see, in the quantum realm, the universe is a fuzzy, uncertain place where particles are constantly popping in and out of existence, borrowing energy from the vacuum and then quickly disappearing again. These are known as virtual particles, and they're not just some theoretical construct. Their effects have been experimentally observed. Now, imagine if we could somehow tap into this sea of virtual particles, extracting energy from these quantum fluctuations.
So there you have it, 10 seemingly impossible feats that might just be within our grasp if we dare to push the boundaries of science and technology. Now, I know some of these ideas might sound like pure science fiction, and to be honest, some of them might very well be. But that's the beauty of exploration, of pushing the limits of human knowledge and ingenuity. What seems impossible today might become tomorrow's reality with enough curiosity, creativity, and a healthy dose of imagination. So keep dreaming big, keep asking those what-if questions, and never stop exploring the universe and all its wonders. Because who knows what incredible breakthroughs await us just beyond the horizon of the impossible.